The winner of the 2024 Crabbo Breaking Barriers in Canada Award goes to The Diary of a Naija Immigrant.
Hey darling, are you in for this ride with me? Let's jump in. Hi everybody, welcome to yet another episode of The Diary of a Naija Immigrant. I remain Onye Kenelbi, and today I have a very special guest with me today. If you haven't gotten your pen and paper, please do so, because you'll be tapping from wisdom.
That is great.
Right here. So get your pen and papers, get your notepads, and take a note. I have a very amazing, very educated guest with me, someone who is very passionate about empowering the youth, the young people in the city of Calgary and beyond. Someone who is also very, she's a devoted mom and mother. She's an author and a best-selling author for that matter. So yeah, she's gonna be also telling you about her book, and if you haven't gotten it, head to Amazon and get a copy. I got mine already and it was good.
Oh, thank you.
So today I have with me the amazing Dr. Adekunbi Adetona.
Oh, thank you.
She's the founder of the Power of the Early Vision Foundation. She's a best-selling author on Amazon Canada and a passionate advocate for youth empowerment. She has a background in sciences and she currently works for the government of Canada. I will let her do the rest of the introduction, but please welcome with me Dr. Kumbi.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here.
Me too.
Sometimes it seems I've known you all
I
for
know.
like many years.
We literally just
Matt.
no, this is like the first time we're meeting in person, right?
That's right.
I didn't even clock it all along. This is the very first time we're meeting in person.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here and for honoring our invitation to come share your story on The Diary of a Naija Immigrant. We don't take you for granted.
I don't take you for granted, and I'm super glad to be here.
Yay. You. Okay. So tell us who Dr. Adekunbi Adetona is for people who would just be meeting you on the podcast.
Yeah.
Could you please introduce yourself? Tell us all the beautiful things.
Yes. A lot to say, and I thank God for that. One thing came to my mind as a way to start my introduction, and that's my name, Mololuwa. Mololuwa is a Yoruba name, and it means I have God. And I can say that right from very early age, the presence of God in my life. So if I want to introduce myself, there's no better way to use that name for my introduction.
Nice.
The name was given to me by my late grandmother. And yeah. So in addition to that, I'm a wife of my wonderful husband. I'm a mother of my amazing children. I'm a sister. I'm so blessed to have my siblings. I'm a child. My parents,
Lucky
parents,
you.
oh my goodness, they are blessed. And I'm grateful that they gave birth to me. I am your friend, I'm your friend. And in terms of youth empowerment, I'm the founder of the Power of Early Vision Foundation. I work for the federal government. I use science to inform policy. So let's talk about PhD. I finished it from the University of Calgary about 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
Been a doctor for a while.
Oh.
I told you to get your pen and paper.
Thank you. And before then, I worked as an environmental scientist with a consulting firm for about 3 years. And before then, I was a student at the University of Saskatchewan.
Oh, wow.
Where I did my MSc, and it was a pleasant experience.
Nice.
So I wear many hats.
Oh, yes,
and
you
I'm
do.
grateful for that.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Thank you.
When do you have time to breathe?
Hey, I forgot something though. I'm an author.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
That's amazing. When do you have time to rest or breathe with all of this?
Rest. I remember talking to one of our directors at work.
Mm.
She's a doer, very pleasant. And I was asking her about balance. And she said, I think we should stop striving towards balance. Like, not thriving is the word, striving towards balance. Like, sometimes it's overrated. So why not just integrate things, maximize your strength, where you're weak, find your support system, and just keep moving forward. And stop focusing, I need to get a balance, I need to get that balance.
Right.
It may not necessarily happen. And it also depends on the phase of one's life. Certain phases are easier than the others. So some things we might say no for now and pick them up later. So to answer your question, how do I breathe? I have the habit of taking a specific time during the week just for me and my God. And that's, to God be the glory, it re-energizes me.
That's good.
And even when it feels that I'm not breathing, I am. Because I'm rooted in that.
That's good. That's really
practice.
Good. Yeah. That's really good. You have to hold on to something.
Oh yeah, you need your
when
anchor.
you hold on to that strong force, it just balances every other
thing.
Yeah.
Because when you have the anchor, let us imagine an anchor. So when the currents or things are moving things around, but because you are holding on to your anchor, you are still stable.
Yeah.
It's not like yo-yo. It's not easy, don't get me wrong, because life is life. Some days are better than the others. But if you have that anchor, it stabilizes you regardless of the situation.
Right. That's right. I love that.
And I'll also add that, more importantly, the support system provided by your anchor. So I talk about support system a lot. In fact, when I turned 40, I was telling people that this is a product of a city, and I would explain. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
It took a city to raise that 40-year-old woman I was when I was telling my story. I don't think I would be who I am today without my people supporting me, and not everybody, because we have to be strategic as based on those who will really support us, our inner carcass. So I'm grateful to God for my support system.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, support system.
Thank you.
This is the Diary of a Naija Immigrant. So, of course, we're going to ask you about your immigration story.
Yes.
So, tell us, how did you get to Calgary, Canada? Why Canada? Why Calgary?
I didn't think of Calgary. I didn't think of Canada initially. I really wanted to study outside Nigeria.
Okay.
And I believe that dream really helped me. I started dreaming about studying outside of Nigeria when I was in year 2 of my bachelor's degree. And when everybody was studying for an A, I wasn't doing that. I was taking mine to the next level. I was studying in such a way that I will be competitive when applying for scholarships and all sorts of things like that outside Nigeria.
Interesting. Okay.
So there were cases that I would be so tired. But when I remember that dream, it gave me that passion and energy to get up and keep studying, because I wanted something greater than what I had at that time. And that also ties really well with the power of early vision. I prayed and I saw that happening even before he did. So to go back to your point, I wanted to study abroad and I didn't want to bother my family, like with school, tuition and all that. So when I was about finishing, I think I had already finished my bachelor's degree, and I started applying, and I got 3 admissions to schools in the UK, including the Imperial College, which was really encouraging. And my boyfriend at that time, who is my husband now, was in London, England. So I was kind of really looking forward to going to the UK to study. But when I saw the tuition, the field, just too expensive. Then I was lucky enough, I would say blessed, not lucky, blessed enough that one of my friends told me to apply to schools in the US and Canada.
Okay.
And
what year was this?
This was in 2005, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
a very long time ago. I just finished my bachelor's. I was about starting my NYSC.
Right.
So then I applied. I was at a cyber cafe. I requested for the application forms, but I didn't do anything because they wanted us to pay. And they still do that up to today. But UK schools at that time, I don't know for now, no applications fees were required. So I could apply to many schools that I wanted. So when I saw down there US dollars, I know Canadian dollars, I didn't apply, especially because I'd already gotten a few admissions.
Right.
Then, anyway, I cry a lot, so I'm going to tell you. Pardon me in advance if I cry. I got this discernment to go and fill the form of those schools that I got the application forms. I was like, why would I leave my house and go to Abeokuta to just fill the forms that I didn't plan to submit? I went, I got my transcripts, I got my letter of recommendations from my dean and who was also my supervisor, another reference letter from one of my professors. I completed all the applications forms and I kept them under my bed. And I went to serve. Then one of our family members came in. I didn't even know that they were living in Calgary at that time. And I went to say hello to them. And they were like, oh, they came from Canada. I was like, oh God, I have something for you. So I went underneath my bed and I took I wasn't greedy. I was like, God, please, which one should I choose? And I chose the one with university. So I chose University of Saskatchewan. And I gave it to her and I forgot about it. Then after a while, I got this email from the head of the department of the University of Soil Science Department of University of Saskatchewan. And she said, hi, are you still interested in coming to the U of S? We're going to offer you scholarships and stipend. I was so happy.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not. Imagine if I didn't listen to that intuition. Let's start from that. Of filling those forms, there was no way I could have collected my transcript and my reference letters within a weekend. So when I saw that,
look at God.
I know, and I'm so grateful for all the people who supported me along the way. And it was so critical because I didn't want to bother my parents for tuition. So as much as Imperial College was very attractive for me, I couldn't say yes to it. I had to choose Saskatchewan, and I'm glad that I did. Because for soil science, all over, University of Saskatchewan is one of the best schools that you can take the program. And even if you go to the U of S right now, the building, the College of Agriculture and Bioresources, I believe, or maybe Bioresources, is one of the most beautiful buildings at the U of S. Well funded, and it was a pleasant experience.
Wow.
So that was how I got to Canada.
So that you did your master's?
Yes, yeah. So I finished my bachelor's 2005. I served 2006, and I came to Canada 2007.
Wow, everything just aligning.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank
And
you.
how did your parents at the time, like, how did they take it? Like,
Oh, they were so happy, especially because they didn't know I was doing a lot behind the scene. Like, when did you even start that? You're this girl. And I made it, thanks to God. I won't say I did. Like, it was seamless for them, right from the applications down to even traveling. And the fact that my stipend covered my accommodation, feeding, and all sorts of things like that, and bus passes, and I didn't have to walk and go to school.
See, blessing.
Honestly, and I'm grateful for that.
Wow, I've never heard a story like yours. This is mind blowing.
Oh, my sister, this is just the beginning. Do you know that to God be the glory? Now I have two sisters here and one brother. And I have my other sister, immediate sister, is in the US. So what I'm saying is that God used that avenue
to open doors for the others.
Exactly. And I'm great.
What's your position in the family?
I'm the first child.
Right.
Yeah.
So you really acted like a first child.
People say
took the
that.
responsibility, took the bull by the horn,
Thanks to
literally.
God. Thanks to God.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you actually also followed the direction that you got.
Yes.
Right? You weren't led by flesh, you were led in the spirit at the end of the day.
I know. And my husband also really helped me.
And he was in the UK
He was in the UK. So all the applications in the UK, he was really pushing. Even the Canada. And
but then you came to Canada and you left your husband in the UK.
That's another story for another
boyfriend. How did that work out?
Well, it worked out nicely because my brother-in-law is in Calgary. He has always been in Calgary, even before we came. And he was also very instrumental in me coming here. Let me give you an example. He writes beautifully well. So when I wrote my, what's it called now? Statement of interest. I shared with my husband. He reviewed for me. I shared with my brother-in-law. He reviewed for me. And because he also schooled, he went to, oh my goodness, I know this school. Why is it?
What province? Same province?
No. It will come to me. So he also schooled here. So it made it a lot easier because he was well exposed to things that I didn't know at that time.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for all of them.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Congrats. I tap into this kind of blessing. So since you moved to, although you already mentioned that it's been seamless, since then you achieved your master's and now you're a doctor. Did you go on to becoming a doctor immediately, or like how did that trajectory go?
Oh wow, seamless to get here, but when I got here it was different. Oh wow.
In what way?
My master's showed me. So please, it wasn't
school in the abroad.
No. It's no beans at all. And the impression that they gave us too, they kind of gave us that impression. We had, when I was doing my bachelor's, one of our professors studied in the US. So people were always making fun of him that, their schooling system, much easier. That was the impression that they gave us.
I know. There's that myth.
No, it's totally wrong.
You can't compare.
Not at all.
Maybe what they can compare is maybe the early years, like the elementary school and all those ones.
But
when is university?
Let me say that it's not even about comparison. I don't want to compare because they all have their strengths and all that.
Their weaknesses.
It's mainly about the system.
Right.
There are two different systems. I'll give you an example. When I was doing my bachelor's, we would have like 8 classes. I don't know if that was the case for you. 8 courses or 7, and that's split into various categories.
Yeah.
Here in Canada or at the U of S, maybe about 4 or 5 classes, but one class sometimes is like 3 of those I took in Nigeria.
Right.
Well packed. Sometimes you even have to go to the lab in addition to the class. And also in Nigeria, A starts from 70. Though it wasn't really easy getting that 70 because you know how things are. But here, 1995 sometimes it's doable. I remember one of my brother's friends, brother-in-law friends, he said, Kumbi, here is 95 that these students are always aiming for. I know you can do, so aim for that. So that alone had already given me that a little bit of anxiety, but a push to do well. And when I came in, before I came, I would go to cyber cafe. I didn't have my own computer because it was 20 years ago. It wasn't very common at that time. And Excel, PowerPoint, all those things, I didn't use them well. Thanks to one of my mentors when I was doing my bachelor's degree, he was the one who did the Excel. He showed me a little bit of how to do SPSS for statistical analysis. And I wrote, even for my thesis, I mainly wrote with my hand. I gave it to the one secretary to type for me. I didn't have to type. No, I didn't do it myself. So when I now came in, people were doing assignments for 2 hours. It was taking me like 3 times the time. Because I had to learn how to use Excel, how to type, how to do all those things and do it quickly. It wasn't easy. And in addition to, because it's my master's is thesis-based master's. I wasn't just doing courses. I had to also plan my experiments. I also defend my proposal, do all those things. I was in the lab. So combining all those things together, it wasn't easy. In fact, I lost so much weight. My supervisor was like, "Are you okay? What happened to you?"
And just a reminder for the audience,
Yes.
this was 2007.
Yes.
So it's not like computer was like the way it is right now, that a child in high school already has a computer,
in
right?
Canada maybe, but in Nigeria it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
so I wasn't
that's
really
what I'm
exposed. I would go to cyber cafe, maybe all those things, but I didn't have my own computer. No.
Yeah, that
so
makes
I
sense.
wasn't so exposed to the use of MS Word, Excel and all that. Yeah. So that brought that challenge on its own. And also the way I used to study, I did a lot of memorization in Nigeria.
As we all did.
And with all the volume of the materials to cover, it didn't work. So I had to change my method of learning.
You have to know it.
It was an experience. Yeah. But there's something that really helped me. And again, I'm going to say the power of early vision. Thanks to God, when I was dreaming about coming to Canada, I had always wanted to have my PhD. So when it was tough, in fact, a number of people told me to give up. Because
I was going to ask you, because after going all through this with your master's, you still decided to do your PhD?
I know, because I dreamt about my PhD even before the challenges.
Because me, I've been saying that I'm going to get my PhD before I turn 30. It didn't happen. I said, okay, 35. It didn't happen. We're pushing 40 now.
You know,
and
I think I have an answer.
Okay.
The need. You need to define a strong why. That's all. If there is no strong why and there's no, then it's not really necessary. When people do,
so what was your why?
I thought we were going to get to this much later.
No, let's dive right in.
Okay, yes, let's do that. Oh, my why. It can come from different angles, but I will start with the one that is the strongest. My grandmother, she was... I cry a lot when I talk about my grandmother. So again, I'm apologizing in advance.
You don't need to apologize. I'm a crier too.
Okay. So. My grandmother, she was a princess. And I know there are a lot of princesses in Nigeria. But princess from the Oni of Ife.
Oh, wow.
So my great-grandfather was Ademiluyi. They are quite popular. I think they're still very popular in Nigeria.
Even Adetona is a popular name.
Yeah, Adetona from the Ijebu side. They are also from the Oba king and all sorts of things like that. So my grandmother, even though she was a princess, I didn't see her live that life. It was almost like the opposite. And one thing as a child that jumped at me was that lack of education. Formal education, okay? And there could have been some other factors. I'm sure there were lots of factors, but that was what I saw. And I would remember, okay, I would remember Adekunbi. We called my grandmother Adekunbi because we were really close. So my mom was Mommy Kumbi. My grandmother was Adekunbi. It's still the same, like Kumbi's mom, but different ways. I remember a few times that Adekunbi would hold my hand and she would say, I want you to study really hard. And I didn't understand. Like, make sure you take your education seriously. And she was saying it from here, it was coming from the other side. Way. But when she passed away, I think I was 12 years old, maybe. And it pained me. It pained me so much. In fact, when she passed, it wasn't as bad as when I knew she was going to pass away. Because it was myself and my brother's dream to really take care of her because of all the things that she went through. So I had dreamt of one day that I was going to really take care of that woman. So knowing that wouldn't happen, it broke me.
I'm so sorry. Can I get you tissue?
But it happened. So when we lost her, even the pictures in my head, The last picture that I saw wasn't pleasant at all.
Oh,
I can't take it off my head.
oh my gosh.
So when...
I'm sorry.
That's okay. When Adekunbi, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So when Adekunbi died, I remember I prayed a lot. I've always prayed about academics because I God, please make the semester good term good for me. And I started getting better. I learned how to study thanks to one of my friends, my neighbor. And my parents, they told me, Adekunbi, do you know very smart? But I just didn't, I was too lazy to study. So I started praying, God, please show me how to be better, to be a better student. And one day, one thing that came to my mind was a few set of students, they would be the same people winning the prizes. The first, second, you could even predict where they're going to come.
Oh my gosh.
And I just thought that they had this different brain that's, but I now told myself that I wasn't GSS 3. I told myself that if I could get any opportunity to change my class, I was going to sit among the smart students. And that was what I did. So I quickly registered. When I got into sciences, I tried to put my desk near them. My friends were not happy. Like, what's wrong with you?
You left us.
You left us.
For those people.
I know. Are you guys friends? And then they were saying, you don't belong here. We are not friends. Why are you sitting close to us? But I didn't mind.
Trust High School.
I know, right? They were calling me names, attaché by force. Like I was trying to belong where I don't really belong. And, or where I didn't belong. So, when they were going to the library, I'll follow them. Guess what? I wasn't studying anything. I was just following. And then we now had this chemistry. Chemistry, you need to know chemistry. Economics, when they teach you in class, sometimes you can remember and say what you know and still do well to some extent. But chemistry wasn't like that. So I had a 39% in chemistry. What made it worse or noticeable was because I was sitting close to these smart children and a few of them had 90s.
Oh my gosh.
And we now...
Insult on injury.
Wait for it. We now wanted to do a quiz competition just to practice. And I raised up my hand. Can you imagine? After 39%, nobody chose me. Because they were choosing their group members. So I was left, nobody chose me. Then one girl was bold enough to say, we can't choose you. You will let us fail. And she said it in front of everybody. That was now the salt
on the injury.
I was very upset. I cried home. And I thank God. Every day I blessed that day because it changed everything for me. People were encouraging me, go girl, it didn't work for me. But that pain of being humiliated in front of everyone. And my mom just noticed that I was studying, getting up at 4 a.m. as a 13-year-old to study.
Wow.
The desire was there.
Wow.
I think it was about proving them wrong? Maybe not them. I wanted to prove myself right. I wanted to do something different. Like, let me just try. I realized I had never tried to study. So I started from all my courses. I started from the beginning. And I told my dad for extra classes. My mom were supporting me. To cut a long story short, and how a year and a half later, I was one of those representing my school for chemistry competition.
Wow.
In fact, we were second in the whole of Ibadan. Mr. Odedara, my chemistry teacher, said, do you know you had the highest mark? I said, oh, thank you. I had
From 39.
Yes, I had an A1. I had an A1 in chemistry. I had all A's in my, except one C, and A1 in physics. Anyway, so I now later realized that out of 200 students in my level at that time, they would call it grade in Canada, including the very smart students, I had the best result. Wow. I know.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. People would think that, oh, I have a PhD. I should be talking about my PhD experience every time I go to that 13-year-old story because it changed everything for me. And I believe that is really connected to the prayer that I prayed when my grandmother passed away, like the renewed energy. So then I was focusing a lot on my SSC, not too much on JAM. So JAM jammed me.
As it jammed most of us.
I know. So I didn't
For those who don't know what JAM is, JAM is the O-levels exams that we write in order to get into university. So you have to write that exam and then you have to get a certain score.
Yes.
And then that score, whatever university that you have applied for that gives that same score is the university you go to. So that score or above. If you get anything below,
you will not be able to
getting
get
jammed.
In. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So they use, I don't know up to now, then they use two things. They will use your SSC, senior secondary school certificate examination result, which was the one I said I did well.
Yeah.
Then they will use JAM.
But
JAM, SSC, even if you have all C's and your JAM is really good, you will still get into a good program and a good school. Yeah. I think I wasn't strategic. I was just focusing on doing so well.
Most people aren't. Like it's different. We're all really focused on that O levels because it's your school. And you want to, because the other O levels, the WAEC is the one that gives you the results to graduate from high school. And then the JAM is the one that gives you the access into the university. Right? So
that's true. That's true. And SSC is the same as WAEC, right? Yes. Okay. That's right. So, and when I got into my school, I didn't like it. I was like, even one of my teachers said, I thought you were going to do better than that. So that really stayed with me. And I thought I was going to try again. And again, I didn't get high marks enough. Then I went back home to my dad. I was very upset. And my dad said, Kumbi, whatever you do, just do your best. That's all you can do. Even if it's Yoruba is not easy, by the way. Yoruba, my mother tongue, it's not that easy. But even if it's Yoruba language, whatever it is, just do your best. So I went back to school with that mindset, and I was lucky enough that I saw a role model. It wasn't intentional. One of my mentors was telling, oh, you know, we don't have female professors in this thing. You can read this, you can read that. They started picturing nice things for me to encourage me. And it was that year too that I heard about one of the students who got an admission into a school in the US with typing a scholarship. Remember when I started my story? So that was when I started dreaming that, okay, I can actually take this to the next level. So I started studying to do well enough to be competitive and get stipend and scholarship to travel abroad. Yeah. So to answer your question, the PhD, that was what led to that desire to do my PhD. Like I wanted to take this program to the next level. And I also had the desire to be a role model for many girls, for many women. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. At that time, I wasn't. So, yeah, it gave me so much motivation. And when when my master's was very hard, it didn't leave me because I started thinking, I thought about those, and I thought about those girls in my mind, those women. And I thought about my grandmother. I wouldn't want anybody to go through what she went through. So that was why I said to you, there must be a reason. It doesn't have to be like my story. It could even be something beautiful. There must be a strong motivation that will kick you off and you get started. Money for me, it wasn't enough. In fact, when I was working as an environmental scientist, my salary it was almost close to the salary that I started with after when I joined the government.
I was actually going to come to that because I was going to ask, after doing this now, after studying and having a PhD, would you say it was worth it?
It depends on how you want to say it.
Okay.
In terms of knowledge, absolutely. Like when I was writing my exams to get into the government, it wasn't easy at all. They only selected about 10% of us in the whole of Canada. And it was my knowledge of my PhD that made me stand out. And thanks to my supervisor, Dr. Lazel, shout out to you, Dave. I adore you. I know you know. So they really helped me. He supported me. He allowed me shine. People will invite Dave to give a presentation. Say, my student will do it.
Wow.
Yes. Have you met Kumbi? That is my student. Oh, another story for another day.
Wow.
So when I came in, I came in equipped, empowered. So my PhD really provided that way, the depth of the knowledge. So in terms of knowledge, absolutely. In terms of exposure, yes. Because of my PhD, I was able to go to various schools to present my work. And to God be the glory, I was able to collaborate with researchers from Germany. And I have a publications with them.
Wow.
And so many things. And another important one, when I finished my PhD, Global Mail invited me to come and talk.
Wow.
They invited me as a speaker.
Wow.
When I saw that email, I thought is this real? If I told them, I just finished my PhD, you chose me. I was selected to talk with vice presidents.
Wow.
Yes, they sponsored everything to Toronto when I went there. Without my PhD, I wouldn't have had that option. So PhD provided a lot of options for me and the exposure and so many things like that. However, I didn't do my PhD because of that alone. It was mainly about youth empowerment, mainly. Though, don't get me wrong, I valued those things, but that connection to youth empowerment,
it was the driving force.
It always makes my PhD worth it.
Right.
Because I want to let our youth know that you can become whoever you want to be with God guiding you. And even if you are served lemon, you can make lemonade out of it. So my PhD was more, I had many reasons for pursuing my PhD. In addition to that knowledge, the youth empowerment was really critical for me. And my dream and my hope was that I wanted girls to see girls especially, and boys too, to see what was possible. And to be able to, if you want to dream anything, go ahead and do so.
Please, how old were you when you started your PhD?
I started my PhD.
And like, what was the timeline between your master's and
the PhD? Okay. When I finished my master's, I gave myself 3 years to gain work experience because I just didn't want to be going to school.
Right.
And after that, when it was getting to the second year or the third year, I started looking for the opportunity to get to a program. So in terms of age, all I can remember is that my initial dream was that my last child would be 2 years old before starting my PhD.
Oh my God. You had a 2-year-old when you were starting your PhD.
Wait, that was what I wanted. I wanted the last child. I wanted to have given birth to my children because I got married about 2009, 17 years ago.
Oh, wow. so like when you came in 2007, and then you got married in 2009. That's like during your master's or after?
In fact, actually, I did my customary wedding in 2007. My husband followed me here. We got married.
The man say, this one she has jackpot.
Yeah, my husband came in from the UK. We did a customary wedding, but the traditional one was in 2009.
Right.
And it was because we wanted me to finish my PhD, my master's, but it was taking longer. Than expected. Like, okay, we just have to do this.
And was the school still sponsoring? How long did they sponsor for?
Throughout.
Really?
Yes, they did.
Stipends?
Yes. Thanks to God for that. I'm really fortunate for my supervisor.
You're blessed.
I am, thank God. And I know when I wanted to leave to do my traditional wedding and engagement and other things, my supervisor was worried. She was like, I hope you'll come back.
Hope you won't get pregnant and not
He said,
come back.
you've worked really hard not to finish. I smiled.
Do you know me?
I said, my master's is a stepping stone, no. I have the dream to go to do my PhD. That was what I said to her. Like, don't worry about it. I will be back. So I went back and I finished. So the plan was now to, before starting my PhD, I was going to have my children, and my last baby would be about 2 years old, and it would be easy to now go. But that was my plan, not the plan of God. We had to wait on God for about 5 years. So we waited, and it got to a point I was like, this PhD, let me finish you. Children will come by the grace of God. I wasn't sure, don't get me wrong. I was nervous. Some days were really hard, but I thought that I wouldn't want this to be a barrier for me from not continuing with the dream that I had. This story is very juicy, trust me. So I went, in fact, it was during one conference like that, I met somebody who was doing his postdoc. So he wanted to go into the industry, which I was, and he wanted to learn more. I said, don't worry. I love to talk. I said, just come to this Shaughnessy library. So he went there. I told him everything that I knew, how I got my job. And thanks to many mentors like Uncle Aro Popola, he really helped me a lot at that time. And he still does up to today. So I told him everything, and he got a job. But while I was telling him, he also gave me something valuable. He gave me the names of people who I could reach out to for a PhD. And I did, including one of my supervisor. And when I reached out to my supervisor, he said, oh, don't worry, come in. Let's get something started. And after a while, my husband and I thought maybe it wasn't the right move. Maybe I should just wait a little bit, especially because we're really trying and praying for God to give us that fruit of the womb. Then I went back to him. I said, we are trying for babies. I said, so I don't think I want to continue with the application. Like, I'll come back next time. It wasn't easy for me to say that, but I'm glad that I did. As soon as I got pregnant, that was in 2014, that I said, 2011, I finished my master's in 2010. I went to London, England to meet my husband. 2011, 2014, I worked with the consulting firm. So 2014, when I started talking to my supervisor, and I said, no, please give me some time. To God be the glory, I got pregnant. I now went back to him with my pregnancy. I said, oh yeah.
That's when you want to start.
Let's do the PhD.
This woman is a woman on a mission.
I'm telling you, so naive. Can you imagine what was scared to say pregnant woman?
Early pregnancy. Oh my goodness.
And guess what my supervisor said? Yes, let's start. I know. Dave, thank you. Oh, that is such.
That's amazing. One thing, most of us women, when we get pregnant, and that is what they see, and that's why they don't really take us seriously, which is sad because different pregnancies come with different things. They believe, once this person, you want to get pregnant, once you get pregnant, that's the end of it. But the fact that you came back,
I went back and
with the pregnancy, and he was like, wow, this is
and
something.
When baby came in, I showed the picture. He was very happy. So I had my daughter in January of 2015. I started my PhD when she was 8 months old in September.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was it. I will remember days that my husband and my mom-in-law was there at that time. My mom came in when I had my child, but when she was gone, my mother-in-law came in. That was when I started my PhD. They would bring my baby to me from home so that I could quickly breastfeed her. No. What an experience. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad that I did.
How did you meet your supervisor?
God. I know it sounds weird, but it's the truth. I had the option of another person, so I wrote both of them. And I tell our youth all the time, I mentor people when it comes to that. And I didn't just say, come and be my PhD supervisor. I did my research. I read about him. So I read what he had done. And I also connected it with my master's thesis. And I told him the next level. I said, this is how we can work together. I made it easy for him to see the connection. So that was what I wrote in the introductory email. And I provided...
So you just researched about him and you reached out to him?
No, remember that guy that I met at the conference, I met at the conference.
Right, yeah.
Yes, he gave me those contacts.
Oh.
Yes. So when he gave me the contacts, I knew, when I saw their background, I knew, okay, they could supervise me.
Yeah.
Because for my PhD, I'd learned from my master's. I needed something that I could connect to.
Yeah.
Because PhDs, I knew wasn't going to be easy. So I wanted something really interesting. I knew what I wanted. So by the time I reached out to my supervisor, I made it easy for him to see where we could move things to the next
Together,
level.
yeah.
Yes, that was how I met him.
That's really
good. And the initial project he offered was too focused on chemistry, but eventually we're able
chemistry
to...
that you got 39.
I know, right? I'm sure you must have seen that too. And I provided my resume, and I also provided the abstract of my master's thesis. And the fact that I also left my work, I was working as an environmental scientist. I could have gone back to look for something similar. And because I wanted to have a PhD, that also gave this person is
really, very determined. And they love hardworking students.
Yes, right? And he told me that, are you sure I can give you a job? Are you looking for a job? I said, no.
I'm looking for knowledge.
And he also said that, do you know that they only employ 2% of people if you want to become a professor? I said, I know. No, I think I was surprised by that one, but I was like, don't worry. My PhD is for many reasons. So it didn't bother me when he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my PhD, out of all my degrees, I believe my PhD was the most enjoyable.
Interesting.
I really enjoyed it a lot. To the point that when I finished my PhD, I think they kind of sent me out of the building. I didn't want to leave.
This person is enjoying it too much.
Honestly, it was when they now changed the lock that I realized they had to change the lock.
They changed the lock.
Even after graduating, I was still going back to the space. I still love
in
that
this
space.
University of Calgary.
Even when I came in, every time I come to the University of Calgary,
they did not lock you out. Thank God they allowed you to come in.
My energy level is on another level. I love these environments.
That's awesome. That's immediately I said food court. You're like, I know food court now.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
You know why I'm asking this? Maybe there are selfish questions I'm asking because one day when I want to do my PhD, because I know I will still do it.
Yeah, that's good.
It might take the only thing that is, I just feel like my degrees are all over the place, but I know that I'm still going to do it.
That's good.
And so when I want to do it, what are the steps that I need to take in order to sure?
I would say the first one is to understand why. And that why you write it down. Because when you get into the middle of the PhD, it could be really difficult sometimes. You need to go back to your why all the time to remind yourself of the reasons. Then also, know the project. Although it might not be exactly what you will be doing eventually, but have an idea of where you want to take that project to what level. So, for example, in my case, I love climate change related topics, like how to reduce greenhouse gas emissions using our biological systems like agriculture, forestry systems, because plants and soil. And I knew that during my master's, I had the highest mark. I had a 98 actually.
Wow.
Yes, in that course. So I kind of knew that I was going to do my PhD based on climate change. So based on that, I told my supervisor what I wanted, and I looked for a supervisor based on that. And in fact, it got me. I was stressed about it because I'm thinking at that time I could only be supervised by 2 people because I was so detailed. But I'm glad that my supervisor said yes to me. So the next thing is now you know your why, know your subjects, like what area. Then look for a supervisor doing your research. I believe that is the most challenging because you may not find the right supervisor in Calgary, depending on your program. In my own case, there were many people who could supervise me in Saskatoon, University of Saskatchewan, or Manitoba, because agriculture and U of A. U of C was quite limited, and I didn't want to move.
It's mostly petroleum here.
Exactly. So in that case, if I identify your supervisor, and the supervisor having enough funds to take you into their lab. That's another thing.
So the supervisor needs funds?
Yes, now.
I thought it's you that will need the funds.
They will fund you.
Oh.
They can't fund you for their own pockets. They need to win a grant, right? To fund you.
See? We live and we learn.
Exactly. So they need to have that money to be able to fund that. They need to commit to the years, not just 1 year or 2 years. So typically, I think PhD is around 4 years, 5 years, depending
on what is starting from beginning. The same way you did BSc.
BSc, yes. Some people did theirs for 3 years, but it's not very common.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I think those are the major steps
to take.
And then do your introduction. And if you're in Calgary like me now, I met my supervisor before anything. He wanted to see me, I wanted to see him, and we built that bond even before starting. And when I applied for, I didn't only apply for my admissions, I also applied for scholarships at the same time. By the way, University of Saskatchewan, I didn't apply for any scholarships. They were just coming to me.
They like you there. I was even going to come to that. How did you now escape from Saskatchewan and then you got to Calgary?
Here. Yeah, Saskatchewan. My husband, he likes Calgary. Yeah, and I agree with him because Calgary is in the middle. It's not too small. It's not too big. And his brother is here. My brother-in-law lives here. And other reasons, like more opportunities in Calgary compared to Saskatoon or Saskatchewan generally. And we knew we were going to be here. So
you decided to do Calgary.
Yes.
That's awesome. It's my phone, don't mind.
Yes. Calgary.
That's so you moved to Calgary after your master's.
After my master's, I went to London, England, because my husband was waiting for me.
Right.
Yeah. And remember I said that in the UK, their master is just 1 year, typically.
Right, yeah.
So many people who started after me,
they are done and they are working already.
Some people said I should give up. Somebody advised me.
But why is Calgary? Why is Canada like that?
No, I don't think it's Canada. Well, Canada typically, masters is, we have many types of masters. We have course-based and pieces-based.
Right.
So course-based, it will be a lot of courses that you will take to have your master's. But the challenge with course-based is that you can't transition easily into PhD.
Right.
So thesis-based prepares you to do your PhD because your PhD, you're going to be working on a thesis. So the combination of, so your thesis, even the courses that you take are based on your thesis.
So now, me that I have my master's from Nigeria, is it relevant to doing a PhD here?
You can.
Okay.
You can. It may be a little bit challenging, but it's doable.
I did a thesis.
Yeah. Yes, Yes, that's good.
Okay.
So those are the things that you need to say when you are approaching your supervisor. And my sister did the same thing. My sister has a PhD as well. So she finished from UI.
Academicians.
Thank you. Oh, she is. And she has won many teaching awards, by the way.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's
awesome. She did a master's in Nigeria, then a PhD in the US. I was worried for her. If I thought it was impossible, I was like, I don't know, but she was able to do it. Yes.
That's awesome.
She had to write GRE, and I don't know if that is required for Canada, but she did a few things and she was able to get in.
Cool.
And now she's done. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, now let's dive into power of early vision.
Yes.
Tell us about the power of early. What birthed that, and when, where, how?
Oh, yes. I think I've already said it many times. I would say it's connected to the story of my grandmother.
Yeah.
And connected to that 13-year-old girl.
Right.
If I did not experience what happened, I wouldn't have known that I could actually study and do well enough that was even better than some other people that I thought they had a magnetic brain.
Right.
And that also allowed me being able to see myself winning awards, doing well before those things happened. It gave me that energy to study. In fact, I'll be on the bus, I'll be studying. I'll be here, I'll be studying. I just started developing that habit. And when you start winning, it helps you win more.
Exactly.
Because I can't do this.
It's addictive.
Too much. It gives you so much energy. And also knowing yourself. I'm a student that if I want to do well, I start from day one. Some people, they can wait until the very last minute. No. Waiting to the very last minute is like waiting for failure for me. So you see me setting my exam questions from day one. So I'll write what is what, so that when I'm studying to answer the questions.
Right.
So by the time I'm close to the exam period, I should be close to finishing. I'm just revising and doing additional courses, additional materials provided, but not starting from the beginning. Otherwise, I will be overwhelmed. So understanding that really helped me. And we have a program that we're planning to put together this year. We've done a lot of things about scholarship applications, thanks to people like Professor Bukola Salami. We've done using people to share their experiences, and thank you to everyone, all our speakers who came in. We had 16 speakers.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I thank you. They all said yes and they came in. We have lawyers, health, and we had finance and STEM and policy, just to use their stories to empower our youth. But one thing that we haven't really touched is about learning styles. A few of our children, in fact, many of them will sit for hours, still their grades are not really good.
Right.
It's not that they're lazy, it's just because they haven't mastered. Exactly. So that's why, by the grace of God, we are thinking this year, we're going to be touching on how to teach our children ways that they can learn. One thing that I quickly realized, for me, I love to talk. I love to interact with people. I can't just sit down and study without any form of interaction. My husband will always make fun of me about this. You will see me naming trees. When I was doing my bachelor's, I will have those trees, Shade, Nike, Ada. I'll be teaching them. While I'm teaching these imaginary people, that is me teaching myself. I will even quiz them. Like, Ada repeats it. It's me, So I had to be really creative. I had to use my strength to teach myself. So understanding oneself is really critical when you want to be a good student. And using your own skills, your God-given gift to study, it won't make it boring. Yeah, those are the things I realized. I also knew that for me, Kumbi, I need to study really well to understand it. And when I do, thank God. It's always very encouraging. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So power of early vision to go to you is about seeing that vision early. That doesn't mean it's going to be exactly what you see, but at least it will give you the motivation to keep going. And let's go back to what I said. Imagine a 13-year-old waking up at 4 a.m. I don't think it's common. No. Even right now as an adult, it's not easy for me to wake up at 4 a.m. to study. But at that time, I saw something bigger in my head. And it happened. I'm not talking about visualization alone. I just didn't see without doing. I did extra classes. I studied harder. I understood myself. I studied with people who were doing well in my class. I was still playing. I love to play. But I was strategic. So, power of early vision, letting them see, encouraging them to see, so that our kids can become independent. Then we don't have to be asking them to go and study, because the inner drive is in them. That's one. And the other thing that we do is, how do we do that? Through storytelling. So that was why I've shared my story many times. If I say 39%, they know the answer. They will finish the story for me because they've heard it many times.
Yeah.
And they will see that, it's doable.
And what age does your mentees?
13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're very intentional about...
yes, 13. Okay. Sometimes we've had 12. Parents will say, please, I want her to come. She's mature enough. And we've said yes. But basically 13 is what we've always started with. And so using that story to empower youth. And now imagine the 16 people that we had. They all shared their stories. Some of them did not have to fail, but there was something like they just saw a form of injustice. I was like, I would need to be a lawyer. And that followed them through. And they were able to achieve the dream. Some people was like, this poverty is a lot.
And that is your why.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. One of the lawyers that we had, in fact, we were even very lucky and blessed that we had the dean of law at the U of C. And one of the things he said that I don't want poverty, right? And he did, and he's currently the dean of law.
Wow.
Yes, so that's why it's really critical when we are dreaming, and it makes our kids, I'm saying it again, independent. They hone their own dream. Then we now also have mentorship. Because you can hold your dream and some days you are tired, you don't know what to do. So we have mentors to guide you along the way. We have a one-on-one mentorship program. If you want to be a lawyer, we'll pay you with a lawyer. If you want to be a pharmacist, we'll pay you with a pharmacist, etc. And then we recently collaborated with Africa Center. We have peer-led mentorship program, and I've been enjoying it thoroughly. So what we do is we have a cohort, a group of mentees. They will listen to the visiting mentor, meet all of them, present, yeah.
Wow.
Then after that, we'll now let them go into their group. So we have group of one mentor.
Intense.
It is, but it's enjoyable.
So like, how do you do it? Is it like maybe in the summer?
No. Oh, right now, this one is ongoing. The mentorship program, the one-on-one started last year, January.
Okay.
No, pardon me, 2004 January. 2005. We finished 2005 January. Yes.
Okay.
2006 January, we just finished. And we made it flexible. So some people signed up for 3 months, 6 months, but the maximum was a year. Yeah. And then the peer-led mentorship program, it was the result of what we did for the one-on-one that led to the peer-led. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you should come and do peer-led with us. So we collaborated. We are collaborating with Africa Center, and we are doing the peer-led mentorship program right now.
Cool. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So how do they combine it with school?
Oh, it's easy. Like, we only meet twice a month.
Oh,
that's not too much. So the group section, like the entire group, is once a month. Then after that, you now meet with your mentor.
Yeah.
Because we don't want the class to be too big. So like 3 or 4 people assigned to your mentor. That's for the peer-led.
Right.
But the one-on-one is even easier. You just talk to your mentor based on your mentor's availability or your availability. Then you meet and you get the power, the energy. And I have lots of testimonials from this, thanks to God. One of our mentees shared that before the program, she was not on honor roll. And after that, she got into the honor roll in her school. Even after the mentorship program, she applied the same strategy back to back again.
Wow.
Yes. And
That's
you know
awesome.
what also, it actually is really inspiring is that she didn't meet a mentor in person like this. In fact, when she was...
So everything was virtual?
It wasn't even virtual. It was a phone call.
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting. In fact, the mentor, very busy lady, I bless her. Thank God for what you've done, my friend. So it was when she would be commuting from work at night that she would call her mentee. How are you? How are things? How is time management? She was coaching her. Yes.
Wow.
And she was able to have that impact. So that is why I tell people that you don't need 1 year to mentor someone to have an impact. Even if it's just a short period, who knows what can happen from it? And this is just one out of so many stories that we have from the one-on-one and the peer-led mentorship program.
That's awesome. You're doing wonderful
Thank
things.
you.
And thank you for sewing into the lives of the young generation. Do they have to pay to be part of this?
No, not at all. You don't have to pay. Although when we do coaching in the future, that might happen. But for our youth, no, they just come in free.
That's you're giving back, and that's like what is so important in our community.
Yes.
You've received, God has blessed you so richly, and it's an honor to be able to give back, especially to the younger generation.
Yes, and it's very fulfilling.
Yeah.
I can't even describe the feeling.
I can only imagine.
I know. And again, I'm so grateful for our community because there's no way I will be able to do this on my own. All the people who said yes to us, either as a volunteer or to mentor other people, we're super grateful. And we're also grateful for our community association, like the Nigerian Canadian Association of Calgary, the Zimbabwe Cultural Society of Alberta, Africa Center. We also recently started working with EY Canada, which is such a privilege. And it was one of our friends in our community who said, I didn't even ask. He just said, oh, Kumbi, I see what you're doing. I'm going to introduce you to EY.
Interesting.
I'm telling you.
You should come and introduce the Naija Immigrant.
Yeah, God bless you.
You should come and introduce us. So.
Yes, and so many elders within the community. Yeah, we recently did our volunteer appreciation, and one of our daddies made this for us. And that was just like PEV champion. But we have a bigger one for volunteers so that people can identify them when they come for our event. So I met him when I wanted to do this. And he said, I'm interested in what you're doing. I want to support you.
That's awesome.
And since that time, he has been supporting. And he even introduced me to his friend, who is also supporting us right now.
That's
unsolicited. Good. We have so many stories like that. One of our advisors too, he will call me like, we can talk like about 5 times a week. How is he doing? How are you doing? What's the next thing? So I'm super grateful for the community that they see the vision the way I see, and we keep moving things forward. Yeah, we keep moving things forward. Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
More grace to your elbow.
Amen.
Let's talk about your book.
Oh yes, thank you.
Grab it so we can see the book.
Yes.
So this one actually just dropped.
Yes.
And it's amazing.
Thank you.
What was, well, I feel like the story is related to your story.
It is.
A little bit, but why did you decide to do a book?
I will start with, what do you think? You've bought it. Thank you so much, my sis. I know you bought a copy.
I did.
Mainly to encourage me. Yes.
Do you know, every time I'll be like, I should take a picture and post it on social media. I keep forgetting.
No, you have to do that now.
My kids love books.
Oh,
so as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, let me get a copy for my kids. And they've read it like a couple times.
Yeah. What do they think about it?
They like it. Especially because it's relatable to like what, and there's a message behind it. It's not like all these books that my son likes, all these Dogman books, all these comic books. But there's a message behind it. I don't know if he's able to really get or understand. But I know, just like this little seed, it's a little seed that has been sown in his mind, and it keeps germinating, right? But what was the inspiration bit? Like, why did you decide to put it in a book?
Thank you. My son, I would say God used my son as a source of inspiration.
How old is your son?
7 years old.
Oh.
God bless you, my darling. Mommy loves you so very much. My son, he doesn't like being told what to do, even though he's only 7 years old. And I was looking for a way to teach him morals without necessarily lecturing. So there was one time I asked him, what happens if you win $1 million? What happens? What would you do with $1 million? And he said, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini. Like,
that sounds like my son.
Lambo what? Lamborghini with all the money. Then I thought, okay, this is time to teach about resource management. Although we don't have the resources right now, let's start sowing that seed into their lives. And I've read books from John Maxwell, people like Joyce Meyer, and I thought about, how do I use my money? You spend some, you save some, you invest some, and most importantly, you give some. So that's what it is. But the fraction may differ depending on the individual. And how would I tell him? Before, he likes bedtime stories, even though he doesn't like being told what to do. And he would ask me, hey, Mommy, tell me this. And it dawned on me that I was always wasting my time forming stories, not using like
practical
stuff. Then that was, I now told the story of a little boy who did planted, and then he was able to harvest. He gave some to the neighbor. He ate some, and these just to teach him the principles of buy some, spend some, save some, and invest. Then I quickly ran to my career counselor. She's now my very good friend because she has written children's book. I have an idea. By the way, I was working on my grandmother's story. There's a book coming on my grandmother just to tell about the experience. And we are still working on it. I said, I have an idea. I want to write a children's book. When I told her, I thought she was going to be happy. She was like, hey, it could be everybody teaches on morals. What is going to make your own stand out? Why can't you link it with your background in soil and ecology and science?
Interesting.
I was like, oh, that's true.
Do you know it didn't click? It just clicked now.
Yes. I was like, that's true. But in my mind, I see it as a lot of work. But thank God gave me the idea. And I remembered that Kumbi, I planted this concept in my garden at home in Nigeria, in Eleyele. Yes, and I harvested. And I did starch. I made a few things from my conceit. So this little girl is actually me. And this Lolu, is that my name that I started with? Mololuwa.
Oh.
So Lolu is the short form of Mololuwa.
Right.
Yes, I just added a little bit of, how do I call it? More information to make it full for children's stories.
That's
and we also, the other thing that people really like about the book is the
worksheet.
Yes, the activities, and there's this cloud so that they can. We know that sometimes the concepts can be a little bit too much for a child, but at least they can refer to this. What is a seed? What does sprout mean?
See, is it? Well, my dad is the planter. He's the person who likes to plant.
Yeah.
And he left in December, and we've been like, spring is coming. What are we going to do? Does that mean we're not going to get onions or tomatoes? But with this book now, I guess me and the kids can start doing our thing by ourselves. And then something I also started doing from this book, I actually started the whole, I now pay them salary. But when I pay them salary, I'm like, okay, after paying the salary, first of all, you bring out your tithe.
Yes.
After bringing out your tithe, then you bring out the one that you will give to somebody in need. You're sowing into someone's life. Then you will bring out your savings. And then you will pay your house rent. They are paying me house rent. And then the rest of it is what you're going to use to whatever you want to buy, whether you want to still save it or you decide that there's something you want to buy. If I were you, I would save that same this thing, because that money cannot buy anything. It's like $1. It won't buy anything tangible. No, like the $1 is what they have left.
Okay, yeah.
It won't buy anything right now, but if I were you, I would save it, and then you can now spend from it. The savings that you're saving, I give them colo, they put the thing, lock it. They don't have keys to it. When you are 18, I will use it to open an account for you. That is exactly, so that's what I'm doing with my children now.
Thank you for sharing that. You just made my day.
The inspiration was from this book. So
you see, you need to get a copy. And the other thing I wanted to say, by the way, that giving, we deliberately categorized it. If you like, it could be tight, it could be, depending on how you want to, as long as you are not spending, you're giving it the way you want to. It's really, it has to be intentional.
The reason why I did tithe and also this thing is because I want them to know that you have to give to, like, your tithe is sacrosanct.
Yes.
We even had to read the Bible with it, like Malachi, to back it up. Like, your tithe is what you're supposed to give. It's sacrosanct. But at the same time, because they don't know, their kids, they don't really know where the tithe goes to. They know it goes to the church. But I want them to see the fruits of actually giving to somebody in need. Like, when we're always saying give to somebody and give somebody in need, but we've not really ever experienced that giving. Although even from Nigeria, we used to go to orphanage a lot. Before we moved, we made sure we went to an orphanage. I mean, we used to, but here there's not really we still give toys. Like, sometimes I'll be like, okay, it's like you have too many toys now. You're going to gather some toys, not the broken ones, the ones that somebody else can still use, and we'll donate them. We still do that. But also, I want them to have that concept of giving cash to somebody who is, because we talk about people are on the streets, they are hungry. I want them to have that of, okay, yes, I gave to this person. This person is going to use it to buy food. And I see the smile on this person's face, right? So that gratification of giving is actually a joy.
It is.
Right?
It is.
Because sometimes tithe can be a huge concept, especially for kids. So that's why, but I still want them to have the concept of tithe. But I want them to have the concept of also giving.
I like that.
The most important thing is that this book sowed the seed to actually start doing that.
I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you for sharing. And that's the whole idea. So that, and the other thing is that this should be a starter of stories in the family.
Right.
Imagine you now talking about the main concept of sowing a seed. Now your dream. If you remember, if you look at the last page, I talked about how every big dream starts small. So that seed is going to start small, but when you nurture it through hard work, everything, it can grow. And when it grows, it's not just for you alone.
It's for people around.
It's for you, your family, God, your community, so that they can enjoy it. And we're going to what you said. Sometimes, to God be the glory, I deliberately give my children money to give it to somebody asking. I was okay, give this money. Yeah, go and give it to this person so that they can get to you. So it's not in Nigeria. You see people begging. I'm sorry, I'm saying that, but it's not.
Is it true?
Because it's not common. It's not common here to see many people begging once in a while.
Yeah.
But when we do, I just want to teach them that you should pause and give something.
Don't just
as long as you don't just look away.
Yeah.
Although there are some cases that when it's not safe, don't do it.
Yeah.
But when I'm with you and I can assess that okay, this person is okay, then give it. Take this money and give it to the person.
It's
awesome. Really good, and we pray that God will continue to show us ways to empower youth, not just in school, also beyond classes.
Yeah.
So the story of my book that is coming soon about my grandmother is education beyond the classroom. My grandmother wasn't educated, but she taught me a lot of things beyond the classroom. And that alone, I know classroom education, the formal education is important, but perseverance, tenacity, being able to see beyond you. Those are things that you learn from your family.
Right.
Whether they're saying it or not, but you watch your mom, you watch your dad, they come to Canada, they're studying again. Like, what a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Those are the things that they're unspoken words, but your children are watching you and
they're picking
from it.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I also, thanks to one of my mentors, in fact, lots of them, Dr. Tolu Sajobi, he said to me that I was worried about going back to school. He said, PhD is not just about being smart. It's about being able to persevere, to stay on the course and, even when you're feeling not smart, you're just staying on it and you're going through that process to finish.
Tenacity.
In fact, it's tenacity. Sometimes our classroom don't always teach that, right? Our classrooms, they don't teach that all the time. However, when you see somebody fall and they were able to, okay, let me say that. When you see somebody fall and you see them rise up again, it's teaching you that, okay, when I fall, I can also rise. Yes. Yeah. In fact, my failure stories, they say more things than my successes. I've been telling you how I've passed, I've done this, I've done that.
But you started from the failure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, at the U of C here, when I came in, I applied for Vani scholarship. It's very prestigious. It's like $50,000 for 3 years, and it's tax free. So all the money is going to you. For a student, that is a lot. People told me not to apply because it would waste my time. They only select a few people. I applied anyway because I saw a role model, Tolu Sajobi. He's the professor at the U of C. And we both, when he was doing his master's, and when I was doing my master's at the U of C, when I was doing my master's at the University of Saskatchewan, he was doing his PhD. If I got to know because they announced that a Nigerian student won the Vani scholarship. And I told him, he said, Kumbi, don't worry, just apply. I applied. It was so bad. I was at the bottom.
Wow.
But I did something. I reached out to the professor. I said, could you please give me feedback? Even though it was obvious that some people, you can't be having 85, 90. People competing for Vani is like 95%. Then I started, because one course during my MSc, I didn't do well in it. I think I had an 80 something. So, and I said, okay, let's aim for 95. Even though I was worried having my baby and all that. But I'm glad that I did. That really helped me. And not only that, it told me about leadership and other things that I could do to build my applications and make it stronger. Guess what? I applied again. This time around, I was one of
very
the
stubborn woman.
Very stubborn, no. Very stubborn. I applied again. I was one of the 7 selected from the UFC to represent nationally. But guess what happened again? Did I win it? I did not. So
You beat your last record.
I did not. I wasn't selected. I was not happy because that scholarship application, it took a lot. However,
you went again?
No, there was no other time. I would have gone.
Right?
I would have gone again, but there was no other time. That application became my go-to material. I think I won 10 more awards from that application. Yes. Although not 50,000, but at least I kept improving. I won more awards. And if I had won Vani, maybe I would have been comfortable because it was more than enough for me. But it made me, I kept trying other scholarships. And right now, to God be the glory, I have 27 scholarship and awards.
What? What? Did you see my face drop? I was like,
Thank you. Including those from Nigeria, USA, Saskatchewan.
Oh my goodness.
And even the one from my workplace right now.
Wow.
Thank you.
When I want to do my own application, you're the one I'll
Please
call.
call me. I love it. I'll be more than happy to share with you.
Oh my goodness.
So I believe failing that Vani is actually not a failure to me. And you know what happened?
Wow.
That application was also what I used to apply for my job for federal government.
Wow.
I didn't have to start from the beginning. I'd already built something strong enough.
Yeah.
So when people were supporting me, it was easy. What am I saying here? Our failure can turn into something beautiful.
Yes. Turn your pain to
into that gain. Your pain into gain. Even story of my grandmother. Story of not getting into the school or program that I wanted. Being able to navigate those areas. Maybe if I got into the school that I wanted, I wouldn't have dreamt of studying abroad.
Right.
I would have been comfortable. Like, oh, now I'm in this program. I'll work in Nigeria. But I thought, okay, how can I make up for this? So I started dreaming bigger. And one of the things I dreamt of is working for the government. I dreamt of, I would like to work for the federal government or in academia. So I had those two options, and this is a dream come true for me, using my science to inform policy. In fact, that alone is another like a miracle, a miracle on its own. Honestly,
if we talk about all Dr. Kumbi's miracles, we probably won't leave here. Okay.
Yes.
When people come on the show, there's a question we ask everybody, and it's, what is one thing that you wish you knew before buying the one-way ticket to Canada?
I wish I knew that they would have told me it would be tough, like especially the first few years. I underestimated what it would require to transition.
Even if they told you, would you have believed? Would you have done anything differently?
Yes, I would have prepared mentally. I would have prepared myself. I like to prepare for things. Like when I was going for my PhD, you can't think everything, don't get me wrong. But before I even started my PhD, I went for counseling. And I was so lucky. I keep saying lucky. I was so blessed that I met a lady who was also doing a PhD with children. Yes, she was the lady who counseled me. I said, Kumbi, don't worry. I'm doing the same thing. It's not easy, but you can do it.
How many kids did you have before you started your...
My daughter was 8 months old. So my son was in the middle of the PhD.
Right.
In fact, when I was working on the paper, my son was breastfeeding. I just had my baby for 14 days.
Wow.
And I had to work on revisions for a paper.
That was me during my master's.
Yes, it was. Oh, can you imagine? I'm sure you know what I'm saying. It wasn't easy at all. So what I'm saying is that I did a few things. I spoke with my mentors, like Dr. Stolu Chajobi. I spoke with Dr. Annie Udofia. Annie, my very good friend, she was also doing a PhD when I wanted to do it. So I met with her. We talked about it. I prepared my husband, prepared my family. Everybody knew. So if I had known that coming to Canada wasn't going to be a bed of roses, I think I would have prepared a little. Exactly. Instead of thinking, what? It was as if they put me into an unexpected environment. The support was there. The resources, like even having that light and power, having power, water, not having to worry about so many things. But I wasn't emotionally prepared for what I faced. And maybe I could have taken my summer cafe lesson more seriously if they had told me.
Right.
Yes, I thought it was going to be a lot easier than that.
Yeah, because it's their abroad. So.
Yes, exactly. It was their abroad mentality. That said, though, when I came in, I was like, look at this road. See this space. Like, it's big. I was so excited. Yeah. So, if I want to answer your question, like, be truthful. Don't make it look as if it's like it's going to be easy. Don't get me wrong, eventually there's a way that God helps us navigate, but that transition phase can be challenging sometimes.
Yeah, but be kind to yourself.
Yes, be kind to yourself, and don't suffer in silence. I will wrap up by talking about the power of support system. That cannot be overemphasized.
Oh,
yay! Yes, like faith, your faith, based on the religion that you practice, it has to be strong. That doesn't mean you're perfect in what you're doing, but it's about you knowing who you're serving.
Yes,
that you can run to him up on the mountain, in the valley. You can just go to I need this, help me. And he also gives you strength while you're waiting, because sometimes we wait and we don't know how long we were going to wait for, but by his grace, it makes the waiting enjoyable, in quotes, like peace, enduring in the midst of your situation.
I still have joy in chaos.
Exactly. Yes. So that faith is really critical, because it opens doors, and you can even to get the other support. It helps you, like that helps you to know who to go to. You don't want to go to people that will mislead you.
Right.
Like I told you during my master's, they said I should give it up. Can you imagine? Unsolicited advice. Somebody said, I think go give it up now. It's 2 years into it's too long.
Give up now.
Can you imagine?
Give up later.
So then, the power of people. So many people helped me, like people that will review my work. I have a friend that's, he will even track changes, show me how to do a few things. Even though he was also doing his master's at that time. My husband, he will say, Kumbi, I will not come to Saskatoon again, it's too cold. Before you know it, he will say, I'm coming to check on you. That was really kind. My parents, my siblings, even up to now, my siblings, I don't know what I would do without having them in my life. And other friends. I would like to mention one of wonderful people who helped me, Uncle Aru Popola and Auntie Diola Popola. I met them when I was in Saskatoon. I met her through Auntie, and then I met Auntie Titi. So it was so many people. Why are these people coming back to my mind? They will make jollof rice and fried rice and come and give it to me and stop. I'm telling you.
Just what you need for motivation.
I'm telling you. So many people, just an example. I don't like mentioning names, because you can't mention everybody. Yeah. So that is why for us too, it doesn't have to be jollof rice and chicken. When you have the time, even in your words, offer your encouragement to people. Make sure that when they're leaving you, they're feeling motivated.
Absolutely.
Right? Your words can even be more than something else. So whatever you can do to make other people's life easy, please do it. Then we don't have to be perfect. No. And also for the receiver, don't expect that the person supporting you will be perfect. Then it's not realistic. The other thing about support system, even physical. When I was writing my exams, I was running 40 minutes. I'll be running. I need to do that now. I needed to burn that energy. So if you want to go to the gym, even if it's just yoga, keep moving your body, because it gives you that energy. Some people will say, if I start going to the gym in the morning, it gives me enough energy to maintain. It gives me to exactly, especially if you're going to be studying for so many hours, you need that. And I did. So before, you see me wake up at 6:30, I will run for 30 minutes before going to school. And I wish I could do that again. Then physical, then psychological. Sometimes people will say, I don't want to go and see guys. It's only when you have a mental problem. No, that is changing now. I started seeing a counselor, career counselor, and academic counselor when I was in Saskatoon. Over almost 20 years now.
And those things are provided for you within the school, right? Yeah.
Why not?
So
why
not take advantage of it?
Exactly.
Because when you come out, they are more expensive to have access to those. But when you're in school, you have access to it for free.
Yes.
It's part of your tuition.
Yes. So they can teach you so many things, how to calm down. In fact, when I wanted to start my PhD too, I saw a counselor, and one thing that he told me, he reminded me of redefining my success. So when I didn't have children, maybe my success was 95. But with my children, maybe it is good and I'm happy with. I'm not saying we should say that, but be comfortable knowing that I'm more valuable. Yes.
That is very apt. Because sometimes we judge ourselves based on our previous self. But you're not the same person.
No, you're not the same
Biology
person.
has happened.
Yes.
Right?
You have more responsibilities and all that. But it's better for you to do it and not do it at all. And I actually knew this principle when one of my aunties reached out to me. She was going through a lot. Like normally, 95% of people would have given up. It was a very tough period for her. like an abusive relationship. And I told her, Egbo, even if it's just 80 or 75, just don't stop. Guess what? She had a 90.
Wow.
So it was good that she didn't give her. She graduated.
That's awesome.
Oh, I was so happy when she did. So what am I saying here? Let us redefine our success that is not giving us so much pressure. And don't give up on things. Even if sometimes it's better to just be there. And on my wall when I'm doing my PhD, there's something I said. I say that when I run fast, I'm going to embrace it. But there are some days that will be as slow as a snail. That is okay too.
Right.
As long as I'm moving, just keep moving. Yes. There are a lot of things, but I'm grateful.
Thank you so much. This was such a good chat.
So happy.
I learned so much from you.
I appreciate that.
And I feel like I've even gotten closer to you. Because this is literally the first time we're meeting. Like, it didn't dawn on me.
Yes.
It felt like I've met you. I've known you for a long time.
Thank you. And shout out to Brother Moses for the introduction.
Oh, yeah.
Jay-Z Studios.
Thank you,
Can I advertise for you? I want to. That man. God bless you.
No, Moses. I call him Mose.
Yeah, if I'm allowed to say this, do you know that he's been covering our events? Oh, we can cut it if he doesn't want to service. He's been covering our events for free.
He's an amazing person.
PEV. And there was one thing that he did beyond extraordinary. He wasn't going to be around. He said, I want to give you money to cover photography.
Wow.
In my mind, I was saying, maybe he's all right, though. Then my thing was saying, you better say yes to this. When I said yes and I saw what he donated, I couldn't believe it.
Because he knows the value of the services that he's been providing to you.
Oh my goodness.
You might not know the value because you've been getting it free.
Are you kidding me? I don't know the value of photography. I do very well.
Right.
I've been using professional photography for 16 years. I see the value on quality pictures. But what I'm saying is that I didn't know that it was going to stretch to that level, to just say, do it to cover photography. It didn't have to.
Right.
And I value it a lot. Thank you. And not only him, all the people. It's just an example of those who are supporting the power of early vision and moving. Parents saying, I will cover pizza without even asking them. Strathcona Community Hall, when I was looking to talk to them, I wanted something that I could afford, but I couldn't get it. But I was like, let us keep moving forward. The lady said, thank you, my darling. She said that, do you want this all? Is it this one? Is this too? Is it big? I'll give you for free. For this empowerment.
Wow.
So motivating.
The gift of men.
So motivating.
There's something about the gift of men.
Yes, and I'm really grateful.
And you're very rich because you have the gift.
Yes, everybody supporting us, volunteering, to mentoring. There's no way we could have done all the things that we've done without the power of people.
You're also doing such a good thing. So I'm sure those people see the value in what you're providing. Yes. So thank you to you. You've been thanking other people. Let's thank you to Dr. Kumbi. Thank you for having that birthing that vision for this non-for-profit. Because it's not easy, like taking people's kids and giving them something that I didn't have that as a 13-year-old, right? And you didn't have that, but you had something, but it wasn't with this kind of structure and everything. So thank you for answering the call from God to do this. Thank you for, I can see the passion when you talk and try to express it. And thank you for having that burning desire and passion within you. And I pray that it wouldn't die. And it wouldn't end, it wouldn't wither. I pray that it will continue to wax strong. And you continue to pour into people. And someday when you look at all the lives that you've impacted in, you will feel so much joy and relief and just that sense of pride within you, because you're doing such a good job.
Thank you so much. And I will say thank you to all our youth, because they think we are inspiring them, but the way they inspire us is invaluable. One of our youth, she had a GPA of less than 1. And by the time she was done, she finished with 3.4 GPA.
Wow. Wow.
People winning scholarships and awards and going to schools, medical schools and all that.
It's inspiring.
Exactly.
It is
So even when you want to feel tired,
Yeah.
and you hear somebody ask you, "Oh, this is what is happening right now,"
Right. You feel inspired.
Yes,
to
God
keep
uses
going.
that to re-energize.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. This has been such a good episode with Dr. Kumbi. Thank you for watching this far. If you watched this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with other people who might learn a thing or two.
Yes,
I've learned so much, and I believe that so many people might be able to learn from this episode. So please do the needful. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Diary of a Naija Immigrant. Thank you, Dr. Kumbi.
My absolute pleasure.
Thank you, viewers. We will see you guys on the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Diary of a Naija Immigrant was proudly brought to you through Onyi's Lens. If you like this episode, then you should check out our other episodes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment on whose journey you would like to hear about next on the Diary of a Naija Immigrant. And until next time, I remain Onyi Ekenelbi. Bye now, friends.